You've been singing a while, but the same problems keep coming up. Trouble with high notes, tone you don't like, performance nerves, but you know you can become a better singer. Being a singer, the art, craft, and science includes world-class training, self-assessments, and troubleshooting, along with stories, celebrity interviews, history, and philosophy so you can find your own voice. Being a singer, the art, craft, and science, because you can become a better singer. For more information, visit lindabolero.com/resources. That's Linda, BALLIRO.com.
Welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Tanika, and today we're going to be discussing the second part of Happily Ever After. So there's not going to be any hot goss on this episode. We're just going to jump right into it. And as promised, I do have a guest on this one. That's Letitia. We're going to talk HEA. I'm going to talk this nonsense. So I'm going to transition into that episode. Whoa, not that episode. This is the episode. I'm going to transition into that part of the episode now. All right. So here we are talking the part 2 of HEA Tell-All. And I have a guest with me again, Letitia.
Hi.
As promised, here she is. Yes, here she is. Going to talk HEA, talk this nonsense.
Yeah.
People. Let's get started. So we kind of leave off still talking with Gino and Jasmine. I think we kind of talked a little bit about them when we talked Toe.
Yes.
But the thing that was kind of brought up towards the end was Gino looking at porn of his ex-girlfriend.
Disgusting.
If that were my man, he wouldn't have even lived to tell the tale. Like, why?
He can go with his ex. If you like it that much, then go back to her and
That's
let
what I'm
me
saying.
alone.
There's so
Like,
many choices
absolutely.
that you don't have to do that. You know that's where he's going.
Absolutely.
He ain't paying for her porn.
No, not.
No, please.
Yeah.
But
He's too cheap.
yeah. And she says that he did this on his birthday while she was not in Michigan, she was in Florida. And of course he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, my guy, it can't be no to everything.
He's so in denial. Like everything is no. I didn't do that. No. Your face shows otherwise.
Yeah. And you notice when he's either lying or whatever, he does this weird thing with his eyes. Like
Yes.
He kind of does the swallow thing, he does the eyes thing. And every time I see it, like I don't know, maybe some people out there are not going to understand this reference. But Men in Black, you remember the alien guy, the guy who took over the farmer's skin? He would do this weird eye thing as well. That's exactly what Gino reminds me of every single time he does it.
Off topic and nothing to do with the tell-all, but I know you're watching, and I've watched a couple episodes too.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? Forbidden Love.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, but that
whatever the fuck.
Yo, the Muslim girl, there's something wrong with her eye. If you look at her,
really?
I don't know.
Now I'm gonna see it.
You have to look at her. And I've read comments on the TLC Instagram, and there's people saying there's something wrong with her eye. There's something wrong with her eye. Like, yo, she's cockeyed. And I'm just like, even watching the show on TV, you can tell that something is wrong with her left eye. Like she's looking at you and the other eye is going in the opposite direction.
Shit.
You have to you have to when you watch it next time, pay attention to her eye. Forget what she's saying, but just
Oh
look into
no.
her eyes
Then
and
I'm
you'll
gonna see
see.
it, and then I will never unsee it.
Yeah, you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it because I'm just like, she is something wrong.
I mean, I knew a girl in high school that literally was the same thing. I won't say what nickname we called her because we were brutal teenagers, but
Oh my God.
I think we called her, what did we call her? Glass eye? That might have been it. She was a
Oh my
bitch.
God.
She was a bitch. So it's fine. It's not fine. Don't do that. But
Don't be bullying people.
don't be bully people. So now I'll be
Yeah.
looking for it.
Yes, you have to look
And then
for
I
it.
will see it, and then I will never not see it.
Mm,
But Angela, she kind of says a good point here. She's like, listen, you have a beautiful woman standing there beside you. Make your
yep.
own porn.
Yep. That part.
Like, sometimes Angela speaks some knowledge, sometimes.
Yep. Exactly.
And she says, like, you're
Someone will
going to lose
definitely
her.
take her. Yes, someone will definitely take Jasmine away from Gino. Absolutely.
Yeah. Someone out there is going to have a fetish of a girl with a big butt and big boobs.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Step the fuck up. Jasmine says like maybe for him, like having sex might be too much effort so that he just resorts to pleasing himself, which again, I don't know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I don't know, I'm not gonna say most men, but I feel like, how do I say this without sounding inconsiderate? Most men, I think, want to have sex. Like they're not going
I,
to choose pleasing themselves over having sex.
I would hope so. Or I would think so.
Unless there's something else going on.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I don't know, but I would think so too. Like, men prefer having sex than doing it with their hand. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
they use their hand because they have nothing else to use.
exactly.
Um, but the other part here that I find, Jasmine says, and I believe her because men say shit like this. My own
Mm-hmm.
man has such shit like this, not like this, but like you're not allowed to use toys because he's so jealous and doesn't want her using sex toys. Well, then have sex with her.
Still gonna have sex with her.
But again, even if you're having sex, like there's nothing wrong with still being in a relationship, having sex, and still self-pleasuring yourself. Like there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're doing that and not doing anything else,
Yeah. Like,
like,
my partner and I, like, we've used sex toys and things like that.
yeah,
Like, you
same,
you jazz it up,
of
you want to have
course.
fun, you want to experience things. I don't think there's anything wrong with, sex toys.
There's
Neither does
nothing
he,
wrong.
because you jazz it up sometimes. You don't want sex to constantly just be like, the
Two
same.
pumps and done.
Yeah, you add a little spice, add a little flavor. I'm
Yeah,
not saying it has to happen every time you have sex, but
no,
when you're in that mood, absolutely bring out the toys.
yeah, like same. We've
Yeah.
done the same thing, and I mean, with the reason why I'm like, I kind of understand where Jasmine, like what Jasmine's saying here, and it's why I believe her, is
Mhm.
because my boyfriend, same, not so much like that, but he's definitely made comments of, oh, the toys are gonna replace me. And it's like, sir, no,
No toy is
but
gonna replace that.
no, nope. And he has asked like we don't include toys all the time. And I'm like, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
that's fine. So, but
Mhm.
they do come out for sure. And we use them and we have fun
Absolutely.
with them. And I will use it on my own. Like it is what it
Yep.
is. Would you rather I use the toys or cheat?
Exactly. Pick one. Because
Yeah,
if you don't want me to use the toys, then I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna find a dick that I can go and ride.
exactly.
Point
Like
blank. Period.
it's it's not a human.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't understand, but it's those insecure men who just can't deal with toys. And
Yep.
it's like, maybe you need
Gino is
to,
very insecure. The fact that Jasmine has not been able to see Gino naked, shower with him, or anything like that, you're very, very insecure
Yeah.
about yourself.
The first time me and my boyfriend had sex was in the shower. The only way you do that is when you get completely naked. So first day.
I'm
First
scared to
day.
have sex in the shower because I don't want to fall.
Oh, you don't fall. You just hold on to something,
You
you're
never
good.
know.
You just hold on to something and you're good.
Oh my god.
We haven't had sex in the shower since. That was really the only time. And that was like 7 years ago. But yeah,
Whoa.
we don't need to. We figure it out otherwise.
Okay.
There was reasons behind that. So that's why we did it in the shower. Yeah. Anyways. But yeah, like I just don't understand how you've never seen him naked. Like it's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is weird. It's very weird.
Um, but Jasmine says like I can't be in a sexless marriage, and I
I agree.
I agree.
Yep,
No one would want
absolutely.
to do that.
Nope.
And Patrick is like, why can't you just put your feelings aside and
And
just
just fuck your wife.
have sex, like, or just have a reset or something? And he's like,
Mhm.
no, I can't do that. I can't do something though. Like you're not
If
even
you just have
trying
to
to
go
do
down
something.
on her, like just do something with her.
Well, even like what Loren says here, which I think was really good. She's like, you got to try something. You got to start
Mhm.
somewhere. Hold her hand. That's a form of intimacy. It's a start.
Gino doesn't care to do that because he's so butthurt.
Yeah. Okay. Jasmine has maybe lost her mind from time to time. These are nudes, but sir, you still married her after that.
Exactly. Like
So
you
you
did
knew
think
what you're
you
getting
did
into.
things. Exactly. He did things to her, she did things to him.
Yeah.
Just like, but you guys still decided to go through with the marriage. So get over the shit that was said to the both of you and just work on the marriage and the relationship and the sexual part of it, and things should be fine.
Exactly. I'm going to say it again, and I've been saying it. A horny woman is not a nice woman to be around.
No.
When she's horny and being denied.
Oh,
Not
that part.
fun.
No,
Not
not
fun.
at all.
Then Sophie, I mean, I hear what she's saying, but I still think you have a bad take, girl. She's like, well, I mean, you have said hurtful things that maybe he just can't have sex with you. And it's like,
Sophie doesn't have a pot to piss in, so she needs to
no,
shut up.
no. The thing is like, yes, in a different world, I hear what you're saying. But like I just said, he married her knowing all of that.
Yeah.
So listen, I think he has erectile dysfunction,
Mm-hmm.
and that's probably why he can't have sex with her. That's why he needed blue
Mm-hmm.
pills that he bought off of Amazon. And I think that's the main thing here. I don't think it has anything to do with that he just doesn't want to have sex or he'd rather self pleasure and all
Yeah,
that.
I think he does have an issue.
And that's
Absolutely.
okay. Just address it.
Yeah.
Stop denying like it's not like you don't have an issue or something.
Yep. When you completely do.
Yeah. And then Sean basically asked, like, is there like a timeline as to like when you might give up? And she says yes. And she's like, if he doesn't make an effort, if he doesn't like want to get help or anything like that, like she's done. And
Yeah,
I
I
think
don't
that's
blame her.
reasonable. It's very
Mm-hmm.
reasonable. I think, we've all had to be in, a time where we've had to put a timeline in place. And if you don't meet the timeline, then shit out of luck.
Yep.
Um, but then I think Lauren asked him, like, do you cuddle her? Do you whatever? And he's there saying yes.
And Jasmine
Jasmine's
saying
saying
no.
no. But Ashley makes a good point because I was thinking the same thing. She's like, okay, but wait, how can you be cuddling her if y'all don't even sleep in the same bed?
Exactly.
You
There's
see
no
how
way.
quick he stopped shaking his head? Yes.
Yep. If we're not sleeping together in the same bed, how is it possible?
Yeah. And I doubt he's showing her any form of affection throughout
Absolutely
the
not.
day
Mm-mm.
because you guys hate each other right now.
Exactly. So no, there's zero affection.
Yeah, the last thing you
Zero.
want to do is be affectionate with someone you just don't want to be around.
Exactly.
Ugh. I just don't understand why he has to keep denying it. He's clearly trying to make himself look like the good guy here, and it's just like,
He's making himself look like an ass.
no, it's not working.
No.
But Dana, his cousin, says, listen, whenever someone says something that you don't agree with, oh, there you go. You're shaking your head. That's what he does. It's like you're not
Yep.
even letting a person complete a thought. You instantly are just like, nah. Because
Yep.
then you're not listening to the person.
Exactly. You're not.
You're
He's
just,
not interested.
no. And I'm sorry, it can't always be Jasmine's the only one in the wrong here.
Exactly. There's no way. There's absolutely no way.
Like on the one hand, like I know like my mom has said, well, you know, he's just not kind of getting a backup because or getting like not taking her shit as much because that's all he did was take her shit. I'm like, yeah, but it's a little too late now to be doing that.
Yes.
It's one thing if you did that while she was still in Panama and if she stuck around, fine. If she didn't, then whatever. And then it's gross when you kind of change shit up when she's in the States, when you're married to her.
Yep.
That's that's manipulative on his part.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I don't care what she did. Like that's not okay. Um, but he's like, yeah, no, I can't put my things aside because people are telling him to like just try something.
So
Um,
that's his issue.
yeah,
And he's gonna lose out on Jasmine, and then he's gonna have himself but to blame. Like you did it to
yeah.
yourself.
And I think it was maybe both Ashley and Lauren are kind of like, well, then let her go. Let her
Yeah.
go and find someone else who is actually going to want to be with her. If
Yep.
you're not willing to let bygones be bygones, in order for bygones for to let bygones be bygones, both parties have to be willing to do it. And if Jasmine's willing to do that, but you're not, then let her go.
Exactly.
Um, but yes, as Sean says, everyone, get the fuck off of my set. Have a wonderful night. Go back to the mansion. He knows what she wants to say to these people.
Right?
Get the fuck off my stage. So yes, we're gonna be heading back to the mansion.
Oh
So
God.
before we do, everyone's getting changed. We hear Jasmine telling Gina, listen, I love you. So let's
Mm-hmm.
start somewhere. Let's take sex off the table. He's like, that's all I want to do. And I'm like, never have I ever heard. Um, if I said to my man, let's take sex off the table, he's gonna look at me like I have three heads.
Like, yeah. Are you dumb? Uh-uh.
Never. Um, so yeah, we're gonna take sex off the table. She's like, Lena, let's go out on dates. Let's try to sleep in the same bed, Let's just start from somewhere. And he's like, okay, that's great. He seems happy. And that at least they're gonna try something. And she's like, I just don't want to
Mm-hmm.
give up on us. So guess we'll see how that goes. So y'all, Jason's gonna be staying at the house, which is Liz's boyfriend. And I'm like, oh shit. This is gonna be real interesting.
This is gonna be real good. It was real good.
It was gonna be really messy.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, listen, if he's ready to fight, I'll fight. I'm like, I gotta do is drop kick him.
Like, right? Just kick him down. He'll fall right on his no neck. Stupid ass.
And then what I loved here, the only reason I wrote this down is because I'm like, I have to kind of just show how stupid Ed is. Because Ed's like, I give it 6 months, he's gonna, we're gonna be in a bar together and we're gonna be, I'm gonna whatever. I was like, yeah, so this was filmed in February, Ed. We're in August. They're still
Yeah.
together. So fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. And let her live her life. You
Exactly.
nasty bitch.
How one person acts in a relationship with somebody is not necessarily how they're going to act in a relationship with another person.
Exactly. Because Ed pulled so much shit out of her.
Yeah.
To trigger her, to belittle her, to make her, to make her act this way.
Yeah.
What irritated me is that Liz is trying to have a conversation at the table. This,
Oh, we're gonna get to it.
okay.
We're gonna get to it. Don't worry. I wrote that down.
Oh my God.
And like, yeah, because the thing is, like, even I was in a relationship with a guy back in college, and he brought shit out of me that I think no one has ever. And let's put it this way, I was Angela. Not quite Angela level, but close Angela
Yeah,
level with that guy.
they trigger
And
you.
he was so fucking annoying. And I'm like, I don't like who I am with this person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, I've gotten arguments with my ex-husband. I've gotten arguments with my boyfriend, yes. But even how I argued with my ex versus how I argue with my current is still different.
Yeah.
Like my ex, I would yell. I would be pissed off with him. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be, I'm not saying I'm afraid to voice my opinion, but with my current, I'm a lot calmer. I know how you deal with a person is
Right.
very different because the person you're with is different. Every
Yep.
person is different, right? So
Yep.
just because she was that way with you, Ed, does not mean that's how she is with even her ex-husbands or Jason. Like,
Exactly.
a relationship is different. He's so stupid. And
That is just a really jealous person.
yes, we're gonna get to it again. I just have to say this. When he said you have sloppy sex, I'm like, what? Again, is that
Like, can you even
what
move?
does that mean?
Can you even move during
What?
sex? Like, bro, like, can you even fucking move?
Oh my god. Oh my god. You
Because
no,
if I'm on top of
no,
you and
no,
like I'm
no, 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 no,
like what positions can he really
no,
do? No, like I want to be like Jasmine
no,
and Thais and be like, how did you have sex with Ed? Because
no.
I'm curious, my damn self. I really want to know.
I mean, yes. I've definitely thought, how in the
Did you have
fuck?
to turn him upside down to reach it? Did you like? Did you like? What did you have to do?
Well, she says
Right.
I had to be on top because he can barely move his body. The man has no, like, I've never seen him just move his hips. When he moves, his whole body moves. I, no, no,
No.
no, we've entered a territory that I want to get out of now.
I.
Okay, so back at the mansion.
Mm.
The one time we see Angela be a little playful with Michael, and that is her throwing the snow at him, and she's like, "That's for being mean." And I'm like,
And then it turned upside down right after.
and then it just goes to high shit, just shit in about 2 seconds.
Because she triggered me. She triggered the hell out of me.
When my mom is like in the kitchen listening to this, she's like, "Okay, Angela. Okay, Angela. Like,
Like,
seriously, calm the fuck down."
it's the way how she ran up those stairs for me.
Listen,
I
when
was
she
hoping she
ran up,
fell.
okay, wait. With that, she's like, get out of, first of all, he's not even talking to her. She's talking to Ed. He is doing his own thing at the pool table.
Mm-hmm.
They're minding her own business. And then she's like, look at him smiling, look at him smiling. And then she's like, get out of my face, get out of my face. And then you chase after him. Make that make sense and get up in his
Thank you.
face. I just make that make sense.
Absolutely. Like,
Um,
and then
well,
she's like, I have the worst, smartest, dumbest husband. What?
what? And she's like, this is my house, ma'am. You will never,
You
can
can never
ever,
afford. Listen to me. The way how
ever.
your room is set up, nasty, full of
Can
clothes,
you
Coke bottle,
imagine?
everything. You can never afford this type of place. Like, this is not your place. I brought him to America. I pay taxes. Shut up.
Okay, yeah, listen. Okay, when he's like, we're not there yet, but when he says, why are you yelling at me? She's like, because I pay taxes, bitch. And I'm like,
What does taxes have to do with yelling?
I
I don't
literally said that.
understand.
I'm like, what does taxes have to do with anything
Um,
happening right now? I pay taxes, bitch, and you don't. What? The IRS thanks you, ma'am.
like,
So
There was a
Yeah.
comment that I read that someone said, "Angela looks like she's melting," and I can't get it out of
Yes.
my I
Yes.
can't.
Someone also, like, I don't, did you watch MILF Manor? You watch MILF Manor?
Yes.
Someone
Yes.
compared Angela to Kelly, saying that, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
no.
like, I don't know who's that, who that's dissing, but maybe both. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so yeah, Gino tells Thais, Patrick, and Rob that him and Jasmine talked, we're gonna, make some steps. Um, and Patrick, like, Gino's coming to them and saying, yeah, we're making some progress. Like, he seems actually kind of happy about telling people that they were making some progress.
Mhm.
And Patrick's
Mhm.
like, you live in an alternate universe. And maybe, yes, to some
Yep.
men, you definitely sort of live in an alternate universe, but 'tis not the time. And then Rob is like, if Sophie talked to me that way, I mean, I'd be done. And then all you hear is like, Gino's like, crickets, crickets.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah. Oh my.
like, this man is just happy to say, we're making some progress. And you're going
Right?
to make it about you. 'Tis not the time.
Oh god.
And then Jasmine goes to Gino and to give him a drink, and Thais is like, can I see a kiss? It was really fucking awkward.
It was very
Like, she
awkward.
didn't kind of kiss him back, but
No.
then she kisses him again. It was the weirdest thing.
It's so stupid. You should have kissed him one time and called it a day.
Ugh.
Next.
Anyway, then we see Michael is talking to Patrick and Loren, and he's kind of saying, I do love her.
My
And
ass.
And then, okay, because then Lauren is like, are you
I'm
in love
sorry.
with her? And he's like, of course.
No, you're not.
No, you're
Stop
not.
lying. Stop lying.
It's
You're
okay
not
to
in love with
say,
that.
right now with everything that maybe I'm a little unsure,
Yeah.
but like, of
Or
course.
just
Like,
a flat out no, because we know you're not in love with that thing.
oh God. And Lauren is like, you gotta show her some affection, love on her. Go in there and say that you love her. Well, that completely backfires
Completely.
because Angela's like, why isn't he paying attention to me? Why isn't he paying attention to me? And then he comes out to go pay attention to you, and she's like, why are you in there for? What they want to? Like, she's just going off on
You're
him,
not
and
even giving him a chance to talk.
yeah, he's literally out here to give you attention, ma'am. And you're not even shutting up. And I think it was both Patrick and Lauren are trying to tell her that we told him to come out here and, whatever. Like, he's coming out
Huh?
here to talk to you. And she won't even fucking let anyone get in a word in edgewise to the
Not a
point where
word.
she makes poor Lauren cry. And I mean, at least Angela apologized to Lauren, but it's just
Yeah.
like I'm exhausted and I'm not there. Like,
She did too much.
she is too much.
Uh-uh.
And then I kind of just loved seeing Kobe and Michael talk because we have like, the two African men here. Obviously, you
Yeah.
have this one guy who seems to be in a very, for the most part, healthy relationship, seeing this
Yep.
other guy who's not. And like the one, again, dating an African man, a lot of the things that Kobe said last week about, being an African man and having to move very differently because of that, it is so true.
Yeah.
And I feel for him and I'm happy they kind of talked. And he's like, because we're both kind of calm people. And it's true, both Kobe and Michael are very calm. And so is my boyfriend. He's very much like that. He's so calm. He's not going to come at you like that. He's
Mm-hmm.
going to take it. And sometimes it could be too much. But again, it's because they have to move so differently. And he says, like, it's because she constantly brings up the cheating. That's why he
Yeah.
won't have sex with her. And it's like, again, I'm going to say this. If you're going to stay with somebody, after
Mm-hmm.
cheating, and again, I've been
Mm-hmm.
there, I've done it, you have to let it go.
You have
And
to let
if
it
you
go.
can't let it go, then you shouldn't be together.
Absolutely.
You can't keep holding it over the person's head. Because now
Mm-hmm.
that choice is on you. No going back.
Exactly. Yep.
Um,
Yep. Absolutely.
and then I think this is kind of what you were talking about. We hear Liz talking to everyone about kind of what she witnessed with the whole thing between Lauren, Michael, Angela. And then
Right.
I have just like, excuse me, I have something I need to say. Here's something I need to say. Y'all thought I was lying. Okay. I have my sister here on the phone who's gonna tell you about taco pasta. We don't want to fucking hear about taco pasta anymore. Ed, shut the fuck up. Shut the
But
fuck up.
what did his sister really say? Because his
What?
sister said,
This
like,
is
his sister
this
was just like,
this right here. This is how she was acting on the how. And I love
oh,
the women were like, she's calm right now. So what?
yeah. So how is she acting?
And I'm like,
Oh, she was acting
oh,
the same way right now. I'm just like, so she wasn't
oh.
screaming at the top of her lungs then. Okay, great. So Ed lied. Got it.
And I'm like, oh, this now makes sense. Gaslighting runs in the family.
Yep.
Like, what's the point of this?
1000% gaslighting runs in that family. Oh, but I need to find somebody classy.
Sir? Sir, with what neck?
If you don't fucking get your no neck piece of shit ass out the fucking house and shut the fuck up, please.
Well, I need someone classy. You're incapable of finding someone classy. You would never find someone classy because someone classy also has smarts and wits about them, and that's not your type.
Me personally, if I was to ever date Ed, he would be 6 feet under.
Listen to me. Okay, like I was saying before Zoom rudely interrupted me. If you dated Ed, I would literally have to check you into a mental institution because something gone wrong.
Like,
Something
yeah,
gone real wrong.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, oh.
Um, so yeah, we kind of tackled all that. So then we kind of see this is kind of where they're talking. I think going back and forth, Ed and Liz, and then mention of the sloppy sex. And she says, so good. She says, I'm just happy that emotionally and physically that I can look up to somebody. Ah.
She hit the head
She
on the
hit
nail.
yeah, that's it.
Yep, absolutely.
And then
She no longer has to look down.
his comeback is, you have sloppy sex. I'm like, what does that, what does that, what does that mean?
Can you even move, sir?
But again, like when I hear sloppy, it's like, okay, are you saying, is it bad?
What are you saying? Like
And again, if it's bad, sir, you can't contribute. So you need to shut up and just get what you get. Okay.
exactly. Be happy that you're even getting a piece of tail. Like, shut up.
And then she's like, well, you watch stepsister and stepbrother porn, so
Disgusting.
gross.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, nasty son of a person.
And this is again when Angela goes to her bullshit, when she runs after Michael, which we already talked about. So we're gonna pass on that. This is my house. So we're gonna pass on that. And then apparently, so I think like the girls, Sophie, Jasmine, and Liz are talking, and apparently Rob won't have sex in the shower because he said penises don't work in the water. Sir, I have not
That's a
experienced
lie.
that.
That's a lie.
I've not experienced that. They
I may
work
like I said, I have not had sex in the shower, but
ever,
my partner and I never,
ever.
ever.
Oh,
Yeah, that's just not my thing. Like I said, I'm scared that I'm gonna fall. There's something's just gonna happen.
you
It's just
put
not.
down a bath mat, you're good.
Girl, I ain't doing all of that.
I've had sex. I'm naming names here, so, but I'll just take it out anyways. I've had sex with in the shower. I've had sex with in the shower. I've had sex with probably someone else there too in the shower. Like, yeah. Oh,
No, I don't.
hold on.
I don't need to vagina.
They work. I've experienced
Mhm.
they work. And I think, did I get this right? Did she say that Ed didn't come, I guess, during sex for 6 months? Did I get that right?
Yep, that's not. I don't get it, but okay.
How does that happen?
I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, science tells me that it happens.
It does happen.
Okay.
Maybe he's just holding it back. I don't friggin'
It's
know, and I
so
don't even
weird.
want to know. It's gross.
No. But anyway, Jasmine, it's like anatomically, how? Were you on top?
That's what I'm trying to
And
figure out. Like, because how did you do it? Did you have to twist him upside down to get it? Like how? Like how?
she said that she had to be on top, and then somehow he would get tired from that.
But she's doing all the work.
But she's doing all the work.
Wow.
Then Jason comes, picks up Liz over his shoulder, and they're gonna go fuck now. And they do it all in front of Ed. And like on the one hand, like if it was anyone else but Ed, I'd be like, okay, you don't have to do that. But because it's Ed, I'm like, yeah, shove it in his face. I don't care. Then Ed says, oh, she's just sloppy seconds. And then Jasmine tells Ed, well, apparently you'd get tired from Cowgirl. And
Yo.
his face, he's like he looked defeated.
Jasmine holds nothing back.
Because she hates him. That's what I love.
She does. Yeah, absolutely. She holds absolutely, like, she doesn't give two fucks.
Nope.
Two fucks are not given.
Yeah, so then Rob apparently he goes in to go talk to Michael in what I call the lion's den, which he should never have. And then Angela eventually goes over to see him, and she's like, can you leave? Can you leave? Excuse me, can you
Yeah.
leave? That's rude. And he's forced to sleep on the couch yet again.
That pissed me off.
Yeah. He's like, I'm always a guy on the couch.
Yep, always.
And now it's tell day number 2. Gino and Jasmine slept in the same room, not on the same bed, but in the same room. So that's good.
That's good.
That's a step. Then we see everyone getting ready, and Loren is like, so Ed, since I'm a bottom feeder, like how does it feel to be? Yeah. So apparently, because I don't know anything about this, but apparently Loren and Alexi did an interview, and someone asked Loren, who do you not like in the whole like 90-day universe? And she said Ed. And then Ed did an interview afterwards, and he calls her a bottom feeder.
Yep.
So, I think like he's kind of like, well, you clapped at me, so I clapped back.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah, it is fair. But at the same time, like Alexi says, like, listen, we're going off of what we see.
Yeah.
And you're an ass. So you're one of the most hated people. You and Angela. And go figure, you guys are buddies.
Yep.
So you can't be shocked by that.
Nope, not at all.
And he's like, well, you just can't own up to what you say. So he says to Loren, she's like, I'm telling you to your face, I don't like you.
I do not like you. Like, what
that
are
is
you not
me owning
understanding?
it.
Like, what are you not understanding?
And then Jasmine says, well, in the van on the way here, he said that you're always like perfect and portraying like your marriage is like great, and that you preach to everybody, and that you must make your husband feel miserable. And I'm like, Jasmine, again, any way she can get to stick it to Ed,
she's doing it.
Yes, it's great.
Yep.
And Ed basically says that she's anti-men, and I'm like, what?
Ed's an idiot.
Yeah, we're gonna hear more from what he has to say. Well, I'll just say it here, so I don't have to say it again. He literally says to her, like, when they're actually doing the tell-all, that she like attacks the men, like she was attacking Gino, but then she always has nice things to say about women, and I'm like, oh, God forbid.
God forbid her say something nice about the women.
Right. Yeah, so then Angela's at it again. This is where she says, I pay my taxes and all that. And Alex says, what if Angela is right? And Rob says, even if she is, that's not how you treat people.
That's not, absolutely.
So, I mean, I hope he is. I don't care. And then we start talking, Manuel starts talking to Gino. He's like, so, what sites do you like to go to? What do you like to look at?
Yeah.
And they kind of start talking about what Ashley likes to watch.
How she likes girl on girl.
Yeah. and, boobs. And I'm just like,
Yep.
okay. And Liz is she's like, yeah. Um, she's like, I'm straight, but,
Yeah. But
but
sometimes you can learn a thing or two from watching that anyways.
yeah, they do say that women do it better. So there you go. And, what are they right here? I can't. Oh yeah, then Gino, when Jasmine walks in, because Jasmine walks in literally as they're finished talking about boobs, and her
Oh
boobs are just
God.
out, and he's like, "Oh, your boobs are really out today, perky." I'm like, "Okay, Gino, okay." So the reason that Jasmine didn't sleep in the bed with him, A, he was drunk. B, she said like there was a lot of peer pressure, so she just kind of wanted to be sure that he actually wanted to do it
Right.
and make sure he's fully ready.
Right.
So that's why
Which is fair.
I think it's definitely fair. It kind of goes to show
Mhm.
like she's not really trying to force the issue or anything like that. She wants
Right.
him to be fully on board with
And ready. Yeah.
and ready.
Exactly. Which is absolutely fair.
I think so.
Mhm.
Then we just kind of start rehashing the whole fight again between Lauren and Ed because this is what we do. And she she says to him, like, I don't think you're a nice person. And,
Absolutely.
that's why she said what she said.
Yep.
And she's like, I think
And I
you
agree.
are
I agree with her.
I
He's not a nice person at all.
I mean, at the end of the day, the reason I don't talk about Ed and I refuse to talk about him as much as humanly possible is because of a phone call that was recorded of him talking to Liz. And he was deplorable. He was belittling her.
Oh wow.
That is why I don't talk about him. And that was nothing to do with the show. That happened off the show. But he
Mhm.
belittled her, saying, you're stupid, you do this and you're stupid. Like he was belittling her. That's why I don't talk to him. You are a bully.
Oh wow.
And yeah, she's like, yeah, you're a bully. You treat women horribly. And Ed says, like, um, you attacked Gino yesterday. And this is where he says like the whole like women thing. And he's like, say it to my face if you don't like me. And she gets up and she's like, hey, Ed, I don't like you.
Yep.
Okay. To your face. I think you're horrible. And he's,
That's the truth.
it's true.
Yep. It's the absolute truth.
And then we talk about like why Angela and Michael aren't here. Cause like, yeah, by the way, they're not here yet. And,
Yeah.
and they're like, well, I think Angela really just doesn't want him talking to us. I don't think, no, she doesn't.
He doesn't because she doesn't want you guys to know the truth.
Exactly. And
Yep.
Ed, like, before they started the tell-all, like, I've never seen her like this before, and I've done tell-alls with her. Like, I've never seen her like this. And I said, yeah, because the stark difference is he's physically here.
Exactly. And she doesn't like that. She
Yeah.
doesn't like how he can open his mouth and tell these people what's actually going on behind closed doors.
Yep.
That's what her problem is.
Yep.
That's why she's always over talking him, always yelling at him, cussing at him. But when she's doing that, she's making herself look like an idiot.
Yes. She
Let
thinks
the
herself
man
look worse.
talk.
Yeah, if he's so bad,
Let the
then
man fucking
let the
talk.
man talk and sink himself.
Exactly. But you're doing it to yourself, bitch. Like, oh,
But then they
I'm
show up, so
really over.
it's all good.
And she looks like I said, she looks like a melting carpet, like something like a nasty looking, ruggedy fucking carpet. Like something is really wrong with her.
Yeah,
Ugh.
kids, this is what happens when you smoke
Constantly.
constantly.
You look like a carpet.
Yep.
You look like you're melting.
This is your face on cigarettes, everybody. I mean, she couldn't even do a surgery and stop smoking to do the fucking surgery.
How could she even care to?
There's a reason why you're not supposed to smoke. Like, anyway, okay. Um, so let's start talking about Emily and Kobe. This is gonna be pretty easy enough for the most part because y'all, they're good. They're happy.
They're happy in their life.
Clearly.
Yeah,
Making
absolutely.
babies. So
Give it up to them. They bought a house.
yay. They could
Finally.
see themselves having 4 to 5 kids.
That's great for them.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, once upon a time I wanted 4 kids. Then I realized how expensive they are.
Well, for me personally, I'm not going to stop me wanting to have children because of how this world is. I'm going to still live my life. So it is what it is.
Yeah. So Sean basically asked, like, how is it moving? Obviously it's a transition. And she's like, it was hard at first because Coben would basically say, I don't want to live here. I want to live with grandma and grandpa. And yeah.
Yeah.
It's an adjustment.
Which is understandable. Like, it's a change. It's a big change.
Yeah.
After they've been living there for quite some time, it's definitely
He's
a big
lived there
change.
the first 5 years of his life. That's all he knew.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's an adjustment for sure.
Absolutely.
And Emily's parents are here, Dave and Elisa.
Yeah.
And Sean's like, so how's it been since they left? Well, the house is quiet. It's clean. And they're in their honeymoon stage right now because they have their house back.
Yeah.
So they're having fun.
That's what they wanted.
Absolutely. That's how it should be. And they say, like, listen, we'll babysit, but no more than once a week. That's it.
Fair.
I would agree. And Kobe's just kind of like, listen, it doesn't even matter if they refuse to babysit at all. Like, if they just don't want to do it at all, that's fine because I'm grateful to them. He's like, when I had to pay my first bill, it was, whoa. And he's like, I'm very grateful for them. And he's like, and I'm grateful for David. And then the tears.
Yeah.
And David's like, oh God, don't start.
Don't start.
Don't start. He's like, if he's crying, I'm going to cry. And then we're all going to cry. And I'm like, oh, Kobe loves David.
Oh yeah.
And David loves him.
They have a really good relationship. And you
They
can
do.
tell that you could tell that Kobe is really appreciative of everything that this man has done for him.
Yeah.
And he's trying and he kept his promise. Yes, they got pregnant, but they did not have that third baby in his home.
Nope.
And he kept to his word.
He did.
And that right there is beyond respectful.
Absolutely. And he said, David says, like, I couldn't have asked for a better son-in-law.
Yeah. So there are some good black men out there, people.
There are good black men out there. Just gotta find them. They're hard to find, but they're out there.
They're out there. And
so the next question that kind of is brought up from Sean is, like, do you feel that, sometimes Emily, that sometimes he doesn't always take your side? And she's like, yeah, sometimes I wish he would take my side more, blah, blah, blah. But Kobe's like, listen, I don't know if it's an American thing, but I was brought up differently.
Yeah.
You don't take a certain tone with your family or your parents, even if they're wrong. And I said, Kobe, sweetie, that's not just an American thing. Or an African thing. It's a black thing. Black people don't do that.
No, we don't.
We don't do that.
No, we don't.
Yeah. And we don't do that. And they take it from her too. She's like, that whole conversation about her, like when they found out she was pregnant, I'm just like, what do you want them to say? Okay. You want them jumping for joy that they're going to have a third baby potentially in their house? Like,
no, they're not going to be like that. They're not. Oh. And they don't have to be because they're tired. They want you out.
Yeah.
Stop taking advantage and move out.
The fuck out.
Like, I understand that, buying your first home is not going to be your forever home.
No.
But,
but it has to be the perfect home.
No, I'm sorry. Your first home doesn't have to have all the glitz and glam.
Nope.
Your first home just needs to be comfortable for you and your kids. It's not a forever home.
Nope.
But she wanted it to be like, well, I want this to have this and this and this and this. No, bitch, just get the fucking house.
Exactly. So then we have Valerie, this fucking guy. And yeah, he says, like, we may not be as close now because he is married to a white woman here. And Emily's like, there it is. And Angela's like, wait. Did he just say white woman? He said white woman. Did I hear that? He said white woman. Yes, Angela, he said white woman.
Yes,
But
you're white. What the fuck you want to be called? You're white, bitch.
but I did have to agree with Angela here. She's like, I take offense to that as a white woman with an African man. And it's like,
I don't, because they call us black all the fucking time. So what's the difference?
fair. But I think because Valerie is literally saying, oh, she's white and American, so automatically she's bossy. And that's a stereotype.
But it's the truth. She's a white American. Just like if
But
someone, just like if a black person
he's
was to
making
come
it
to
a
you and say, "Hey,
negative.
you're a black American."
But he's making it a negative.
It is
Because,
negative. Yes, America is negative.
okay, hear me out here. He would say the same thing about Canadians as well.
He would.
But but he's making it a negative connotation. At the end of the day, it's not his fucking business what relationship Kobe is
It's
in.
not.
If
It's
he's
not.
happy with, he knows that she's bossy. She knows she's bossy.
Yep.
But to basically group all American white women
As bossy, I
as
get that.
bossy is a problem, and that is where the issue is.
Yeah.
So that's why I say it's a negative connotation, and I hear what Angela was saying there. You can't do that.
Well, Angela wanted to treat her husband like a runaway
That's a
slave.
whole different situation, and we're not talking about their relationship.
I know,
But Emily and
but I'm just
Kobe.
saying.
But yeah, like it is a problem. But yeah, he's I don't like him. I don't like Valerie. I think he's but
Valerie just needs to mind his own damn business.
he does. And but anyway, when Angela's like trying to like find out what the hell he means by that, Ashley's like, I don't think he means it to be offensive, and Angela's like, I'm talking to him. I'm talking to him. Here's what I'm gonna say. He's not necessarily trying to be offensive, but it is, however, offensive, yes, but it's all he knows.
Yeah.
He comes from a country where a man is a man and a woman is, subservient.
Mm-hmm.
That is how it is. And yeah. So I can't hate on him for that.
No. Different culture, different lifestyle.
Yeah, I can't hate on him for just not minding his own business, but anyway.
Yeah.
Valerie just wants him to be like fun. He wants her to be like the perfect match for him. And it's like, but they're already married.
Exactly.
They have
almost 3 kids. They are the perfect match.
Yeah,
leave them alone.
It's done and over with now.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, and the kids, like, they need to be able to draw back to their roots. Again, not your business. Whatever roots they go back to or whatever, that is for their parents to figure out, not for you.
These are American kids with a Cameroon background.
Yes. Like,
if Kobe wants to install that in his children, then that's between him and his wife and his family.
Yep.
It's no one else's business. Valerie needs to mind his business,
mm-hmm.
mind his own wife, and mind his own children.
Exactly. And yeah, we kind of start having this conversation about him teaching the language, and Alexi's like, it's hard.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's like, well, but they'll be better for it and everything like that. And he's like, but it's hard,
Mm-hmm.
So
especially growing up in America and not growing up in Cameroon, they're not going to adapt well to the different language.
Yeah, and that's what he was saying as well. But at the same time, again, that is a choice that they made together.
Exactly.
And yeah, Kobe, I didn't like this. Kobe says, I mean, I do wish that Emily was maybe a little more like a Cameroonian wife. And it's like, but she is not a Cameroonian wife.
Right.
You knew this.
Exactly. You knew this before you married her.
Yeah, you married an American woman. So you're not going to have a Cameroonian wife. If you wanted that, you should have married that.
Exactly. You should have stayed with your roots and go along about your business.
Exactly. But we do find out here that Kobe wants to name, if they had, because they didn't know what they're having at this point. He wants to name his son, if it's a son, after his best friend, aka Valerie, aka this bitch. Are you kidding me?
No.
And Sean says, hold on. So he wants to name your son after his best friend who hates you?
Yep.
She's like, thanks, Sean. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Absolutely fucking not. He's like, he's my best friend. And I'm like,
who cares? Let Valerie name his own children Valerie.
listen, you're one of my closest friends. You're my longest friends. I'm not naming one of my kids after you, though.
No, I don't. There's no need
That'd be
to.
weird. It's
Definitely
not
no
like
need
it's
to.
family. So I think if it's family, but like, I didn't
Yeah,
understand this
no.
at all.
But they did have a baby boy, and I think they named him Atem.
I think it's, yeah, I think it's either say a tem or a team. Yeah,
Atem. Yeah,
ATEM. Yeah.
yeah.
They did not name him Valerie.
Thank God.
Oh man. He's like, well, I mean, you can name the baby whatever you want to name him. I'm gonna love that kid anyways. I
Well,
might be a
exactly. It's
monster.
your child.
I might be a monster about it though, but I'm like, grow up,
Oh,
Kobe.
grow up. Mm-mm.
So Lauren says, maybe there should be a little bit of a compromise. Nope. Nope. Not when it comes to naming. He's not going to get the first name or the middle name. Nope. Mm-mm. Not even going to name his kid Valerie. Nope.
I agree.
Absolutely
I
not.
agree.
Then we switch gears and we start talking about the ex-girlfriend.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
I hated this storyline by all, like every fiber of my being because first of all, Emily, you had sex with a man you didn't know that you met in the club. Did you think that maybe he wouldn't have had a girl back home?
Exactly.
At the end of the day, you got pregnant for him. He proposed to you. He's now with you. Who gives a shit about
Who
the
gives
ex?
a shit about his past? Like
I
at
don't
the end
give
of
a
the day,
shit about his ex.
at the end of the day, he was very honest. He just wanted to fuck.
That's, yeah. And he said that in front of David and Lisa, and they're like, whoa. But so did your daughter. Your daughter
Mhm.
just wanted to fuck as well. This was not
Exactly.
supposed to be a love match. It was supposed to
Exactly.
be a fucking go on with my life.
Yep, a fuck and let's keep it moving. That's it. But she fell in love
Exactly.
with the dick. She
Well,
fell in love with the dick and she
we've
got
we've
pregnant.
we've seen a glimpse of that through his underwear. I mean, I'd fall in love with it too.
Oh my God.
But it's okay to fall in love with the dick. You just gotta then move on. You don't marry it. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, he's a great guy, so it's besides the point. But it's just
Mm-hmm.
she at least looked out there. But it's just like so that's all I'm mentioning about the ex because I don't care. But the one thing that he did say is like, I went back to Cameroon and she was single. I'm single, and you look fine. And I'm just like, okay. And then he was giving money, and it makes such a big deal that he's sending money to an ex, and it's like, again,
Get over
you
it.
don't seem to understand this. It's not a fun, it's not a comfortable situation, but he's sending money back home to people who need it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care that he was sending money to her.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is what it is.
Get over it.
Absolutely. But that's basically that. Okay, bye, Valerie. Never see you again. Um, and then David and Lisa also dip.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically that. And then we kind of start talking about um Angela and Michael. So we're gonna just kind of go through this really quickly
Real quick.
because, like we said, we don't really particularly like talking about them. So we're just gonna go through it.
Yeah. We like talking about Michael, just not Angela.
Yes, I do talk about Michael from time to time. I don't have an issue talking about him, but I just, yeah, no, I can't with her.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Michael says that his favorite food that he's eaten here in good old America,
Chicken nugget.
nuggets. He's loving McDonald's, y'all.
Yep.
And apparently, one of the things that Angela has discovered about Michael is that he has wet dreams. I didn't know a grown ass man who's about to be 36 is having wet dreams. Excuse me
That's
while I
embarrassing,
text
though.
my boyfriend to find out if he too still has wet dreams.
Oh my God.
I'm really curious. Does this still happen? Because my boyfriend's about the same age as Michael too. I'm curious. Are we just out here at 36 still having wet dreams?
I don't know. I find it though that even though she said that, that's kind of embarrassing to him.
He did say like that's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
But
Absolutely.
again,
She could have found something else to say.
she could have. But again, I'm not surprised because whenever we can talk about sex, that's what Angela does. That's how she's always been.
Mm-hmm.
So Angela has 4 cats. Jesus. And they'll just come and start licking his face. And then he'll literally swat them away. I would too. Don't lick my
I
face.
would too. That's disgusting.
Have you
You're gonna
felt
sit there and lick your balls and
a cat's tongue? It's disgusting. Anyway.
Mm-mm.
Angela does say Michael is a good granddaddy, though. He says he's good with the kids. That's really great. The main thing I'm sad about is that the grandkids kind of lost out on this. I think they really did love Michael, but they can blame their grandma for that one.
Blame your grandmother. Your grandmother treated him like shit.
Yeah, her grandson apparently was very happy to have another man in the house because he is surrounded by estrogen, so he was very happy. But well,
Yeah.
they have not had sex since he got to the States.
Who would want to, especially in that nasty room?
That's exactly the thing. He walked into this room with shit everywhere. What's he gonna do? Fuck on top of the fan? Like, there's no space for him to have sex with his wife. And then you're also in a house full of 6 kids.
He can't even unpack a suitcase.
Yeah, and this is the other thing. When you're with someone and you're used to being alone in whatever space, there's no interruptions, no nothing. Then take that person into a home with 6 grandkids and Skyla and Scotty. They all live in this house.
Yep.
There's no privacy.
No, Scotty doesn't live there.
Scotty lives there. We just don't see her because she's not allowed on camera due to her. But Scotty does live there. Yeah. So there's no privacy for them. So I'm not surprised.
Mm-mm.
But he pulls the Gino card and says the reason he doesn't sleep with her is because all she does is talk about cheating. And she's like, but how do you expect me to forget that? And it's like, but ma'am, we do expect you to forget that because you chose to stay with him.
Mm-hmm.
Past that.
Exactly.
So now you have to forget it.
Yep. Move on.
Yep. And basically Skylar shows up and she says, Michael avoids mama. And it's like, I would too, ma'am. I would too.
Absolutely 1000%.
At her. And
who wouldn't want to avoid your mom?
Exactly. Apparently Angela goes out on her own because he never goes. And it's like, again, if you were a different person, I'd feel bad for you. But because it's you, I don't feel bad for you.
I don't feel bad for you. Absolutely not.
And she's like, you should have stayed where you were. And he's like, then send me back home.
Then send me back home. Point blank period. Send me back home.
And she wants to have a problem with the fact that he says that. But it's like, well, what do you expect?
You just said it to him.
Yeah, what do you expect? It's done. Like, enough of
My
that.
God. It's like, it's okay for her to say something rude and disrespectful to him. But as soon as he responds in a negative manner, it's not okay for you.
And that's pretty much it for the tell-all. I guess next week we're just going to see the private investigator and...
I want to know what this 189 pages of the thing is, because what did you find on this man?
Yeah, I'm curious as well. So yeah. But
I don't understand how it's okay for her to do all this stuff. Like it yeah, anyways.
Because she pays taxes. Okay.
She could have left him alone.
Yeah. Yeah.
They should have just left him alone. Everything that he has gone through with her, just leave him alone.
Yeah.
You brought him to America. Good for you. But you're treating him like a runaway slave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is it for this episode. Again, Letitia, thank you for coming on and talking this nonsense.
You're welcome.
Yeah. I guess
is next week going to be the last one, or there's going to be probably more? Oh,
we have 5 in total.
Oh,
yeah. So we have lots more to go through.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you like what you heard, please rate, review the podcast on either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Also, don't forget that you can also share us with everyone in your life if you really love this. And I do want to read those reviews. I'm definitely getting 5-star ratings, but I want those reviews. So send me those reviews and I will read those 4 and 5-star reviews on the podcast. Also, we're on every one of your favorite podcast apps, every one of them, including you can find us on YouTube at Reality Tea Times 2. If you want to connect with us, you can do so by going to either Facebook or Instagram at Reality Tea Times 2. You can also find us on Twitter, TikTok, Reddit at Reality Tea Times 2 pod. We also have our email, which is at realityteatimes2@hotmail.com. Definitely want to hear from you guys. And we also have our new website where you can listen to all of these episodes. You can review the podcast on there as well. You can connect with me in any way, all the stuff. It's all there, and you can find me there at www.realityteatimes2, all spelled out, .podpage.io. It's there. And don't forget, I also have my other podcast with my friend Mikkel, Next Take Podcast, where we talk about all kinds of different topics. But you can find us on any of your favorite podcast apps over there as well. Or you can also go to YouTube, and you go to Next Take Podcast, as well as our website, which is solo.to/Next Take Podcast. So yeah, there's that, and that's basically that. And again, don't forget, if all of this information is overwhelming, we do have all of the links, everything in our show notes. But that is it for now, guys. Thanks. Bye.